Magic thyself out of that.
Diesel was just kind of always the go on this Troll Warlord. A little bit more damage being done to Gabby down here, but Zephyr got to be careful. Gabby actually just blinking forward onto him. A couple more auto attacks might bring him down. They do have another stun, though. A few more auto attacks. Gabby needs to make it into the trees, and it looks like he's going to be first blood. Zephyr with it all possible. Cuckoo. Alright. Armel's pretty tanky. I think they do need a +1. Abed should be all that they need to finish off this kill. The arrow was going for the bounty rune. Armel will actually be able to grab it. Great stomp from KP. They couldn't quite finish off the Underlord, and now trouble. Abed will be able to jump away. Still got some bottle sips. Needs to get that salve out of the backpack. They lose March elsewhere. Cuckoo burst striking away, but Abed's not fully out. Going to try and dissimulate his way up onto the high ground, and that will get him out of there. Against Ricky, and you know, if it's a desperate situation, you just kind of need the item. March getting dusted up. I don't think he's getting out of here. Yeah, locked down by the pit, and that's going to be the end of him. He is relatively tanky. Trying to run out. Can he make his way into the trees? Not the cleanest pathing in the world, and should be dead. Pops the salve. Wants to get the shadow walk off, but gets his eyes pecked out. Hood. Could imagine that we might see the full pipe relatively quickly here. March gonna get dusted, but he does have teammates in the area, and even if he dies, double track would be pretty worth it. Cuckoo off the money there with the burrow strike, but looks like they are still gonna get Whitemon anyway. I'm not sure that they needed that epi, but this double off lane Underlord plus the Elder Titan. Cuckoo getting nailed by an arrow down here. Just too much firestorm damage. And that is the end of him. Wards down here at bottom and finding a bunch of fun that way. They're going to pop the hand of God to try and save Armel, but I don't think that's going to work as he gets surrounded by 4. Arrow does connect onto Abed. KP can't really walk into that fight, though, against 5. Well, Moonlight Shadow. TNC, they've also got their battle fury on the anti-mage. So Gabby's game looking all right. March once again throws out a track, does get caught out a little bit, and just looking for the quick kill. Abed pokes his nose. I suppose the other reason that In Your Dream goes with the damage item over the Ogre Axe here is that he's anticipating that he's going to be able to grab the Aegis, but I'm not sure that that's going to be the case. Armel on the front lines just holding everybody back. Decent damage onto In Your Dream, and they haven't finished the Roche just yet. It's actually still reasonably healthy. So In Your Dream forced to back up. Gabby's in the neighborhood, just keeping an eye on things. If he sees a low Mana Void Spirit, you have to imagine that he's going to come in and look for the big Mana Void. KP does not have the eggs just yet. In Your Dream poking, prodding. Why are there 3 Wild Wings? I think Cuckoo's probably wondering the same thing. Where are these tornadoes actually? Oh, they're all on Roche. Okay, did they change places? Cuckoo, you go up here and give me the vision. I'll kill the courier. They got it. March getting caught out once again here at mid. They do have a Force Staff to get him out, and he's got another Force Staff for himself, so he's going to be just fine. Arrow not going to connect, and Tim's walking a little bit too far forward. Great double stun. Armel also going to take some damage to start this fight off. Gabby's not even here, so it's not really a fight. They are going to end up popping that Illusion Rune. Haven't popped the Dark Rift just yet. A little bit too late here for Armel. Looks like he's just going to get shredded down by the Troll Warlord. Gabby does come over to the fight now, but it's just to get Burrow struck up, and great chain stun follow-up from Zephyr. That's the last of his mana, but that's all that he needs. Abed with a great timing on that last silence. Man, AM feeling confident having the Manta there, but Gabby just kind of ends up going down for free. 3 for nothing in favor of Among Us, and now finally they'll be able to head into the Roshan pit and clean that up. Oh man. Maybe won't be able to get it for a little bit. All right, that sounds number 1. He uses the Manta. Here comes the follow-up silence. They've actually got the Clumsy Net as well on Abed, so a little bit more locked and 4 step forward into the Burrow Strike. Great chain lockdown from Among Us. I don't think they don't even have a ward or anything here, right? They just kind of, I guess they knew that Gabby was trying to play around here. He can be the big damage source.
Radiant scanning.
The Ags just feels a little unreliable a lot of the time to me, and Scan does connect, so Abed is straight in on top of KP. A little bit of lockdown. Zephyr looking for the follow-up. Huge cast range on this Lina. And yeah, that magic. And again, with between the BKB and the Force Staffs, it should be very, very difficult for anyone to die without getting spells off. Cuckoo does actually end up finding KP in the backline. The Spirit comes back to him, so he gets the magic immunity, gets brought out of the Yules. It's not going to last for too much longer, however. Bit of control onto In Your Dream. We do actually have oh, it's Gabby that's getting caught out elsewhere. I heard the Laguna Blade, but did not see the kill, and now they can just keep on going. Armel can't even get his hands up to get off the Dark Rift. There's too much lockdown, too much damage. March is is dead elsewhere. Tim's hitting him with the solo kill. Looking for the lockdown onto Tim's. They do have good heals. The force that gets him out of there. He's going to be all right. KP just kind of looking to commit. Looks like he wants to kill onto Zephyr. Arrow not going to connect. It actually ends up finding Abed. Can they do some more damage to him? First strike through from Cuckoo, just a little short. I get the tier 2. And he's level 18. This is a huge amount of damage. And who's in trouble? It's actually Armel getting caught out once again. Sounds great arrow. He's going to catch. And you're dreaming KP with the damage. It's just too much. They'd already used the Force Staff on both Abed and March, so they couldn't get him out of there. And TNC finding a huge opportunity. Oh my god, the Elder Titan. So he's got Mask of Madness and he's got the Enchanted Quiver, so he just hits so hard. March, can they get him out of there? That Force Staff is going to help. Arrow a little bit off the money. Cuckoo waiting up here on the high ground, but with no troll, they really can't take a fight. I think they might just have to let March go. KP walking forward. Among Us trying to team play their way out of this. Fortunately for them, Roshan is still down for another minute. So. And he's got the Basher, and he's got another 2.5k towards the Abyssal Blade. He's tracked and walking away from his team, though, so they're just going to go straight in here on Among Us. Tims actually does manage to escape. Nice use of the Force Staff. KP looking like he might not be quite so lucky. Does have a little bit of magic immunity to work with. They're going to drop the Laguna Blade. Zephyr now Force Staffing himself out of there. 2 dead so far. Abed looking for a little more. Armel does manage to get the Dark Rift off this time around and just has to run for dear life away from the Troll Warlord. As he'll be picking up the Aegis here in a moment, and nothing that they can really do to stop that. Who's got current gold? Who's got money to spend? AM's got some. Armel's walking forward. He's still got the Aegis for another minute and 45 seconds. And they need to do a little bit of dewarding on this contested high ground as well. Gabby can't decide if he wants to go and push the wave or if he's going to take this fight with his team. Armel getting gone on. They don't have the disc this time around for the Sand King, but he does manage to avoid the arrow. Cuckoo surviving. March just walks into the middle of everything. Still living, though. In Your Dream walking forward. Kind of getting kited for now. KP's just going to go chasing after March. One more punch will do him in. And Abed up here on the high ground needs to touch out of the way of that arrow and only just barely makes it. Troll Warlord losing some mana to these anti-mage illusions. Doesn't want to pop the BKB on the first life, but I don't think they're going to let him just walk away here. Tim's maybe trying to anticipate a Force Staff with the arrow. And see, what do they see? Armel leading the way. Your Dream. Oh, arrow just a little bit off the money, so he will be able to get the BKB. Pops the Abyssal Blade here, wants that first kill. He uses the Battle Trance, but that drags him over onto Gabby. Tim's is actually still surviving. In Your Dream, getting dragged away from his team. KP looking to turn around on him now, and they've got the Abyssal Blade from the Anti-Mage. He's too far away from his team. They spent all of that time trying to kill off Tims, but he is more than happy with that trade. And now KP's not done. He's looking for a little more. Among Us having to scatter. They just don't have the damage anymore with Troll Warlord dead. And Gabby comes jumping forward. KP's got a blink off cooldown in a couple of seconds to Armel, but he's just too damn tanky. Cuckoo doesn't have the disc once again. He does have the flicker, so that's going to help him get out of here. But still 60 seconds to go on the Troll Warlord and no glyph for 36 seconds. Cuckoo, Burst Strike, just kind of poking, prodding. Going to drop the Laguna Blade. Can they actually focus down Gabby? The silencers are decent, but he gets saved by the Manta Style. Abed now getting locked down, pops the cheese preemptively, waiting for these disables. Zephyr still doing the damage. Armel pops the BKB, but way too late. And now Geek Fam, Whitemon trying to escape. It's a pretty long TP, but he does get out of there. Shred this. There's an Aegis cheese and an Aghanim's Blessing waiting. Looking like Sand King maybe getting set up to grab that one. Cuckoo, all right, just waiting for his opportunity. Now he's got the Ags and TNC. What does the plan have to be? I suppose just, and there's a Ghost Scepter on the Lena now as well. Maybe it makes sense from that perspective. Bar Strike, they've caught out Armel. Does have the BKB, gonna pop it nice and early this time around, but he still gets Abyssal Blade. TNC wondering what they can do to help him out. They do still have the Hand of God, but it's barely a drop in the bucket when it comes to healing up that Underlord. They're pinging on this next creep wave. But the Moonlight Shadow, it's just Tim scouting forward. He's going to get jumped and brought down immediately. Couldn't get anything off. He does have a buyback. Everybody is sitting on buyback money. He does pick up a Lincoln's now. In Your Dream on the front lines. Doesn't have to worry about getting arrowed this time around. Pops the BKB. Pops the Battle Trance as well. Just getting dragged away by Armel. Can't let the same thing happen again. Trouble in the back lines. Abed almost going down, but he's still actually got the cheese. Heads over to the Secret Shop to pop that. They need to save their Troll Warlord, but they can't do it. Gabby jumping into the backlines, creating too much of a distraction. Cuckoo tries to bail him out. They desperately have to kill this anti-mage, but I don't think they can do it. They pop the Dark Rift, and they get out of there. They did use the... All right, who's getting what here? Are we... What are we in? Like a Underlord Ags kind of a situation? Oh wait, just that Cuckoo got the... Oh, Carmel going to sit on the front lines, and only 40 seconds to go on the anti-mates. They've got the glyph as well. So they deal with one more wave, and they should kind of be okay. Looking for the arrow. Your Dream does get slept up. Going to be alright for now. Cuckoo still holding on to the Lincolns. They're going to force that Armel forward. Nice stun from Zephyr. Hex him up as well. Still has the Aegis, remember. Gets forced sideways by his team. Cuckoo going to get arrowed. Can they actually get this kill? KP goes walking in. He does have the Yule. First strike maybe to get out, but there's the pit waiting for him. At least the Force Staff is going to save him. Abed is actually the one ratting at bottom all the while. And just transitioning into a right-click build in the late game. Sure, I'm down with it. Did they just glyph this wave? Zephyr comes TPing in. Tims doesn't know how to use the leaps to get out, and Zephyr predicts him perfectly. Are we going to get a double Laguna to finish this? Tim's still hiding inside the trees. Is not going to get hit by that second stun. The magic lamp helping him for a moment. Tims, you need the jukes. He just jukes straight back into him. He's juked himself. Does manage to avoid the stun. There's no more mana left on this Lina. He's used everything that he has. Tims, they still are hot in his trail. He jukes him this time around. Abed's looking for him, and with that Cuckoo stun and a Chrissy. Troll is heading towards the enemy base without his entire team there. They are not aware of this necessarily on TNC, but they're just going on him. The Missile Blade looking for a little bit of a turnaround. Anti-Mage getting chunked, but Gabby actually able to keep on fighting. They get redirected over onto Armel, who's able to walk away. They've got another heal. Good stun onto Gabby, but Abed already dropping low. In Your Dream doesn't want to keep on fighting. He's already used all of his defensive cooldowns, and they're just kind of leaving Cuckoo for dead. Double Force Staff gets him out of there. Abed just manning up with the butterfly. Gotta be careful though. Gabby might just be looking for a mana point. Doesn't even need it. Just auto attacks him to death. In Your Dream turning around. Is this going to be enough lockdown? They've got one Laguna Blade. Gabby jumps away. Armel looking for the jump out. KP's just punching everybody. Double kill. Jump forward even further for Zephyr. Elder Titan coming in big at the end of this game. Laying down the punches. Naturally in 20. Abed and Zephyr hanging a long way back. We'll switch it back over to buyback status. Or do we have any other Radiant buybacks in reserve? Not really. It's not like Abed can go in and feed. Troll still got this Rapier queued up, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Roshan potentially respawning in a minute. And the TNC hungry here, just wanting to finish off the Megas. Arrow is fishing, no level 25 just yet. They're actually getting a bit of a jump in. Good damage onto the Anti-Mage. Double Laguna Blade. Do they have enough damage to finish him off? Yes, they do. They tried to bail him out, but they couldn't quite manage it. We're going to keep on fighting. This Firestorm actually getting a little dicey more, actually. Just ditching that, I suppose, in favor of the Lincoln Sphere. Maybe feeling like it's not so useful against the double nullifier. I have not been keeping close enough tabs on KP, but he's the man of the hour. Look at the item build. He's got the Crystallis picked up. He's got the nullifier. Really looking to see what he can get done in these fights. Whitemon just moving a little bit too far forward. He gets immediately blown up. In Your Dream needs to be careful with the positioning. I don't know what Whitemon was doing there. Maybe a little bit of a miss micro or something, but that did not seem like what he was intending to happen there. Got the Echo Stomp Wake damage or KP. In Your Dream. Spots Armel. First strike. A little bit off the money. Cuckoo going to force that forward, but he still ends up getting slapped, and now they've got the arrow to follow it up. Can they save this Troll Warlord? They can't force staff him. He's still going to survive for now. In Your Dream, desperately popping everything. Does get the BKB and the ultimate off. Still has the static in reserve. Armel just going to get double Laguna down. He couldn't get the jump out. Abed just going through everything. Silence onto Gabby. He's the next big target. If they can bring him down, this is a great way to start this fight, but he gets to blink away. Needs to find an opportunity to heal back up. The Satanic is going to do it for him. Armel getting locked down. He just fought back and rejoined this fight, but it's immediately to die. KP can't do the damage either. They've got the Hex onto one more. Triple kill. Buyback now for the Anti-Mage. Tim's also going to end up falling. Whitemon is just trying to juke them for dear life. His TP is still on cooldown for 30 seconds, but with that, Among Us may have just done it. Back to a 36k lead. The buyback's coming through. The Roshan is still ready and waiting. Oh, Whitemon comes over and he swipes the gem. Did they realize what happened? Oh, is he going to get out of here with this? Oh, they haven't seen him yet. They see him now. They're pinging him. Zephyr wants him. They know where he is. Oh, Whitemon, this is very stressful for him. Alright, the pressure on the enemy base. They do all have TPs available, but this is going to force the hand of Among Us a little bit as they start going onto the tier 4s. Glyph still in reserve. They really need their Underlord back up, and tough call for Gabby, but he's going to come back and look for the fight. He smashed that glass case, and he's grabbed himself that emergency rapier. He's already used the buyback, so it just has to be the play here. In your dream, they have to hope that they can pop him. Gabby thinking about it, jumps forward. They're going to go for Abed first. He gets the BKB off. Still surviving. Do they have enough damage? One more touch will do it. In your dream, hasn't used the ultimate just yet. He's just relying on the BKB for now. They bring down KP. Now he pops the ulti. Tims leaps away. Instead, he just latches onto Whitemon and brings him down. Too much lockdown for Gabby. He's already used the Manta. Trying to go back in with the Satanic, but the Laguna Blade from Zephyr drops him down, and GG is called. A 70-minute game to start the day here for the BTS, not for the BTS Pro Series, for the Summit 13 SEA. Just the Root and the Phantom.
10 seconds remaining.
All the other ones are really boring. This is the only interesting one. And KP will end up grabbing it. So they get the first blood, and they get themselves 3 bounty runes. Fantastic start. KP gets harassed a little here, but it doesn't matter. He got the first blood. He can buy more regen if he needs to. And he's actually just going to go rushing for a ring of health here. This is actually a really big deal in all 3 lanes in game number 1. Oh, making a go here onto Zephyr this time around. He does have a Fairy Fire and a lot of stick charges to try and escape Cuckoo, trying to provide the peel, but Gabby just going to keep on chasing Zephyr, even thinking about turning around for a stun there. Maybe feeling confident with his Fairy Fire to be able to get back into the trees, but Gabby still finds him. Man didn't even react his case there. He wants this kill on March, but I don't know if he can actually get it. The slow is helping. From the Slytherin Crush. He's got the bash primed. We do have the Fairy Fire for March. Trying to save his life. In your dream, can he finish this kill? Needs one more auto attack and he gets it. Didn't think that they could get it without the mana on the Lich, but just constant auto attacks from the Lifestealer will end up doing it. And now Tims, he doesn't have to dive. In your dream, maybe finding one more. This is going to be great for Among Us if they can get it, and they do. To be honest, just a dagger blink with the Inkswell. Can they do anything to stop Armel landing? This doesn't really look like they can, so there you go. Another quick kill. Not really clear what he wants to go for. Cuckoo running down here. Has opted for the Ice Armor. They've got In Your Dream in there as well. Whitemon looking very dead, but Gabby just steps off to the side, and he's going to be fine. Armel seemingly wants to fight, and the top tower is dead. They're coming down to try and defend bottom. KP gonna look for March first. Can they actually land this lockdown onto Cuckoo? They got the Doom onto Armel before he could get the spear out. The Phoenix Sun is looking like it's gonna be brought down. One more auto attack from Zephyr will do it. KP still fighting, but this Chain Frost slowing him down. 2 dead thus far on the side of TNC, and looking like KP's gonna get kited to his death as well. They're keeping tabs on Armel. He's out of the Doom, but looking very dead at this point as Zephyr brings him down. Pretty natural this game. Oh, nice Soulbind. Trouble for the Ember Spirit. March just a little bit too close. They're not focusing onto Abed, however, and Armel's still kind of low. Abed looks like he should be able to play his way out of this one. KP's still chasing for him. And they don't have the numbers here to punish this Slardar at all. So that will just be the one kill on mid. They see KP at mid, but it's really not the target that they want. And I think they're hoping to find somebody over in the enemy tri-camp, but instead looks like they will just settle for Whitemon. Abed hops straight on top of him, and Cuckoo brings him down. Tim's thinking about this fight, though, and they are moving into a somewhat awkward area. The arena has already been used, still on cooldown for now. March dead, so just support for support thus far. Cuckoo, if he wants to use the Doom, it's got to be now, and instead it's just Among Us maybe going in a little too deep. And will end up kind of feeding away 2 kills after the 3. Well, he got the Frost Armor up there, but Frost Shield, sorry, but not enough to save him. Gabby also going to get silenced. So this is decent damage. They get the stun from Gabby, and that is just a straight. They really want to invade this enemy tri-camp. Every play that they're making is heading in that direction, but there's both a Blink and the Deso picked up on the side of TNC. Whitemon is going to be the first one jump and will go down pretty much immediately. Slaughter also getting doomed up, looking like KP should be the next one to fall. And TNC not really ready to take any kind of a fight there. If they want to do something, they got to do something now, and it looks like it's just going to be too late. They've tried to load up Cuckoo, but Armel going to be the distraction. Finds Zephyr in the backlines. Whitemon waiting around the corner as well. They can't even kill this Mars. He's going to get the Ink Swell stun out. Albert getting locked down this entire time. Buyback immediately. Who got the Aegis? It is just in the hands of Gabby, and now he's going to look for the fight. March going to melt super quickly. In Your Dream has already used the Heaven's Halberd, so he can't keep on fighting. They bought back on one, but I think TNC just going to look for more and more kills. Abed does manage to jump away. So it looks like he'll be all right, but that is the last of his remnants, and Armel actually closing the gap. He's got the Yules, he's got the Spear, and they've gotten so long as Armel and KP are the ones in the front lines. Abed getting spotted. Yules up. Do they have the timing? They don't. He whips it, and Abed just waiting with the BKB anyway. He's going to be just fine now. Very awkward for Armel. He's just going to get run at. KP in the back lines, hoping to find something. March is going to get shredded, but 1-for-1 looking decent for Among Us thus far. Abed needs to deal with the silence. He can't do it. He got the Fire Spirit on top of him, so now he gets speared. Gabby's holding the line, preventing Among Us from coming in with backup, and even though it wasn't the best start, KP kind of dying in no man's land. TNC still put the team fight together. The previous. Dude just running at him. Your Dream, you gotta be careful. He needs to dodge that silence. He's running forward. His team isn't even here. He just wants the Whitemon kill, and he does get it. He had the clumsy net anyways. That TP was really not destined to work. Is the BKB still on cooldown for the PA? Cuckoo goes jumping in, only finding Tim's. There's a change. The Lotus is actually still on cooldown for the time being, so he can't quite get away. Now the dive comes through, but he doesn't have the Supernova, so Abed just going to keep on chasing after him. Armel trying to think about whether or not he actually wants this fight. It's only the 3 cores alive currently. There is a Corrosive Haze on Abed, and I think that's what they're thinking about. Arena coming out, looking for these supports. Zephyr and March both in big trouble. Armel going to finish off one, turns his attention over towards the other. Zephyr just going to try for the TP, but there's a Blink Crush, and that will finish that one. But Gabby getting left all by his lonesome on the other side, caught out and finished off. And now Among Us, they're not done. It's a very scrappy fight. They've got the vision up on the high ground, so they can actually just keep on going. Abed doesn't have the mana for the chains, but out pops In Your Dream. And with the shield, I don't think that's going to be enough to save Armel. Whitemon looking for a little bit of a turnaround. Defensive Yules, Ink Swell stun, not going to help enough, but a nice Slardar Crush will protect them as he retreats up onto the high ground. They're still fighting, even without their PA. Looking like Cuckoo's going to be brought down. Abed still struggling with the mana problems as he tries to escape from this fight. Armel doesn't have Blinker Yules for a moment, but that slight actually just putting Abed right in the middle of everybody and gets brought down. He was about to die too. He's also in danger. Do they have anyone else coming over to help and get this catch? It's In Your Dream inside of a creep looking for the jump. Albert coming out, and well, they Roche up. Pre-Roche for TNC. No information about this whatsoever on Among Us, though I don't think they would have backpack. I don't think he really needed to, but you should always make sure that you have a full inventory if possible. Cuckoo's jumping, he doesn't find anything. They're going to drop the Doom, but there is the Aegis on this PA, so is this actually going to matter? They do get the Soulbind out. Gabby's going to come back, and he will have the full BKB. Armel wants to force the fight as a result, looking for the lifesteal at first. Cuckoo also not very healthy. He's gone. In Your Dream followed up on next. Neither of them has a buyback. The egg pops, so stun onto Abed. He's just looking to escape, trying to chase down Whitemon, but forced to retreat. KP did end up dying in the middle of his puddle, but that is both big, two big cores dead on the side of Among Us, and TNC still looking fit, healthy, and ready to take some buildings. Rax falling, mid lane should be next, and yeah, no lifestealer for 50 seconds. Just not a whole lot that he can really do. And Abed's looking at this, kind of wondering what exactly he's supposed to do to stop this. Gabby's even queuing up Rapier. I'm off to DOTA Summit 13. Yeah, I don't know. What do? Do you just call it? I guess you've got one more lane, but you're now down 14k. Dota Plus not liking your chances. Armel has a full AC, and they're just hitting your tier 4s. I guess no, they don't have to play Discipline. Come on, Gabby can just one-shot anybody. Got the Orb of Destruction, for crying out loud. He got the minus armor talent, and he's got the Orb of Destruction. Could the itemization be any better for Gabby? There were a few missteps on the anti-mage, maybe in the previous game, but definitely proven himself. Cam smoke up. They do have the level 18 on the Lena now. Armel getting caught. Does still have the BKB. KP, a little off the money on the crush there. It's gonna be okay. Abed, gotta be careful. That one dagger doing so much damage. He gets locked down by the immediate bash. Cuckoo's looking for the doom. Can he even get it off? Armel getting healed up. KP just gonna keep on going forward. Gabby, triple dagger, almost kills off In Your Dream instantly. Cuckoo also copping just way too much damage. The supports are alive, but not for long. Triple kill for Gabby. Give him one more. Can he get Zephyr? Yes, he can. It's not quite a rampage, but it may as well be as the GGs come out, and TNC will end up making this a 1-1 series overall. And getting us back on schedule just a little bit. We're still